snow. I think we become ridiculous with closing schools in an anticipatory way because of snow. I believe that the better safe than sorry approach is actually doing damage to people because we have no ability to do risk weighing. But you got to close the schools when it's going to be 40 below wind chill. I just think there's no choice. Lots of texts coming in at 651-461-9226. Joe in St. Louis Park is on the line. Joe, you kind of have to close the schools, right?
I just remember there was only 2 times in the 80s and 90s that schools were closed. There was one time when Arnie Carlson called it off.
Yes.
Because it was so
It was cold, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was the Halloween blizzard.
The Halloween
Those
blizzard,
were the only
and that was
days that I
it, right?
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Do you think? Why do you think? Yeah. I have a theory why I think they cancel schools so often. What do you think it's about?
Probably now that they have e-learning, that they kind of know how to do it and everything. So yeah. I feel like it's done more.
I think it's like because we adults are such a royal pain in the ass now that we are on. My parents would have said, like, well, whatever the superintendent thinks is probably right. And now, like, every parent will be calling, complaining, you're putting my kid's life at risk. It's that. So they sort of feel like they don't have a choice.
Yeah, but then parents are also like, why'd you ever cancel school? It's ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. So.
I know. We like speaking out of both sides of our mouth. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Good call. Thank you. Thanks for listening, Joe.
I thought you were going to go with because of the litigious nature of society now, that if Johnny or Susie ended up with like a spot of frostbite, it's a 8-figure lawsuit.
I think the schools are also worried about that. I do think that a lot of it is on us, though, that we're such complainers and we micromanage schools in a way that, like, did your parents ever, like, talk to your teachers?
At conferences.
At conferences. But, like, were they emailing?
No.
Well, we didn't have email. But were they like, no?
No. It was either pick up the landline or write a letter. Yes. And no, they weren't doing either of those things.
And I'm not saying that was always better. Like, maybe it would have been better for us as kids if once in a while our parents would be on our side when we got in trouble with school. But now I think parents are just so combative against the school. Texter says our school had 5 buses go in the ditch with the last storm, so they're pretty fast to cancel now. I guess so. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Another texter says, funny thing, though, is that in my day they would cancel school because it's 20 below, but we'd all be outside playing by about 10 a.m. I think most schools, the Star Tribune said most districts use wind chills of 35 below as the threshold. That's when you call it off. Jeff is in St. Paul. Jeff, do you think schools should be closing when it's going to be 40 below wind chill?
Yeah, I do, and I have to agree with your part about we're kind of chickening out on the snow part.
Yeah.
But then again, as someone who drives around the streets and the freeways and thinking, where did these people learn how to drive? Because they drive in 70 miles an hour when it's icy and snowy, and I'm thinking, okay, we haven't lost a school bus full of kids yet.
Right.
But, it's like we de-ice the airplanes before they take off. We haven't lost one yet,
but
at least out of Minneapolis.
Right,
but,
right.
So yeah, definitely the wind chill is bad. Snow, I think we need to at least shovel our way out to the road first and then see if we're going to close it.
That's what I think. I think so too. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you,
Appreciate it. Thank you for